Hey guys, it's Steph here. Everything is really starting to come alive. It's just so crazy how long it's taking this year, and I'm loving it because the temperatures are about 80 degrees. That's where I really like them, 75 to 80. Anyways, I'm going to be planting some more Sun-Loving Perennials today. I did a video on planting liatris, coneflower, and some phlox. So today I am going to be planting Betony Humelo. This is a really great, fairly drought tolerant plant. It actually resents a lot of water because it's a little bit more prone to root rot, crown rot. So I'm going to be planting 9 of those, and then it gets about 18 to 24 inches tall, and it's just a really lovely plant. It has cute little spiky flowers, and they just look great next to the Gold Rush, Gold Stream. I think that's the rutabaga that I have. So it's going to be a beautiful combination. And then I have a butterfly bush I'm putting it next to, and an evergreen behind it. So I've got to get a lot of areas filled up. I'm just trying to get all of my empty flower beds planted. So I've put a lot of thought into this. I tried to figure out what was going to do really well in these areas. They get a lot of sun, and the soil is a little bit on the dry side. So this year I'm really obsessed with hardy geraniums, so I'm going to be planting a mass of those along with my salvia. I have been dividing so many plants this year because everything is so dang expensive in the stores. So I divided a bunch of salvia. You're going to see what it looks like. It's going through a little bit of transplant shock, but it recovers just fine. And it's going to be paired with that Carmina geranium. And then I'm also going to be planting some Bill Wallace geranium. This one is so cute. It has the daintiest little flowers. So all of these plants are going to go in the full sun area. They can handle the heat. I'll be a little bit more descriptive once I start planting them and tell you some of their features. So let's get started. I still have quite a bit of weeding to do. I'm kind of funny. I plant first and deal with the weeds later. I don't know. That's just how I roll. Right here is the common betony. But look how cute these little spiky flowers are. They're just very graceful. I think they're underused, honestly, in the garden. This plant is also known as Stachy's, but it is a long bloomer. So it's going to bloom up to 6 weeks. They start to come out from June to July. So that's kind of when my rudbeckia comes out. They don't really grow super fast. They're deer resistant, so they don't need a lot of division. They'll just form a nice clump over time and start to grow into each other, and so you get that beautiful mass. These rudbeckia, the Gold Stream, I have a huge drift of them that are going to come over here, so they're going to be so cute together. These get about 18 to 24 inches tall and wide, with hardy down to zone 4 up to 8. So right here's where I divided my salvia. So this one's a taller, more upright variety, gets nearly 30 inches tall. It's just beautiful. So my goal here, so I think I have, how many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So they all go throughout here. And then I'm going to be planting this Carmina geranium. Love this one. Has the cutest little pink flowers. It's a little bit of a smaller one, and it doesn't grow so fast where it's invasive and hard to deal with. But it only gets about 12 inches tall and 18 to 24 inches wide. So right here, I wanted to show you what it said. Somewhere it said it was a careful grower, so it's a little bit more in control. Some geraniums can kind of take over, but I am going to plant one that's going to take over, but I'm creating a lot of space for it. Here is the next geranium that I'm going to be planting, and this is the Bill Wallace. Hey, look how cute these flowers are, and this is a prolific bloomer, so it's going to bloom all summer long. So the Bill Wallace is only cold hardy down to zone 5. That Carmina was cold hardy down to zone 3. So that's a really tough geranium. But this Bill Wallace I'm excited about just because the flowers are a little bit smaller and they're really prolific, but they're going to bloom a second time. So a lot of the geraniums, they get a little bit weathered with the heat, cut them back after they're done blooming, and then that will encourage a second flush of blooms late summer to fall. And then once they're done blooming, if there's a big mass of them, they still look beautiful when they're not in bloom. And so that's kind of the goal in my yard. When you have big numbers, they're not blooming, it still looks really nice, especially with the salvia. Last but not least, I forgot I had to plant one of these Sedum matrona, and I definitely needed to tell you about this sun-loving, heat-loving, drought-tolerant, most tough plant you can put in your yard. It's the matrona variety. It gets about 24 inches tall and wide. And these blooms are gonna come out late, so late summer to fall. So when things start to fade, you're gonna get those beautiful blooms from the sedum. They hold all of their water in their leaves, and they really don't need to be watered very much. So I did lose one in the fall just because it was a tiny little division. Oh, and they divide so well. But I kind of chucked it in here. There was grass clumps. It wasn't dug very deep. So it's not the plant's fault. That was totally my fault. But that's going to be so beautiful with those Bill Wallace geranium. And they provide some, actually mine die off in the winter. These didn't stay for winter interest, but my Angelina Sedum did. So another beautiful ground cover to add to these taller varieties, but these were nice winter orange. These were nice and orange during the winter, and then they turn vibrant green again when the temperatures warm up. And so anyways, I divided a ton of those. So let's get all of these planted. Once all of these fill in, it's gonna be so nice because I won't have to weed as much, but they're all gonna be beautiful complements to each other. I guess I will start weeding now. I still have a lot of plants that I've got to put in the ground, just watering them right now, but I'm going to be focusing on that like crazy for the next 2 to 3 days. And I'm so behind on getting compost down and mulch. I don't even know if I'm going to get to it this year, but it's just so important to get the mulch down for weed control. So hopefully I can start doing that soon. Life's just gotten really busy. Anyways, I hope you guys are having an awesome day and having a great day in your own garden, and hope to see you in my next videos, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.